Hello?
Very sorry to alarm you, sir, but one of your friends has been in an accident. His car slammed into a tree.
One of my friends? Who?
I don't know. He listed you as the person to contact in case of an emergency. He's a brown bear with a bit of a goatee. Oh, and he's got a vanity license plate that says Grizzly.
Oh, dear God, Stan!
I've already called 911 and an ambulance is on the way. They'll probably take him to Cable Huntington Hospital.
I'll head there right now. Would you please keep an eye on him until the ambulance arrives?
I was planning on it.
Thank you. Why? Why did this have to happen? We were finally digging into the real problem Stan had. I was finally starting to understand what he was going through, what Grizz was putting him through. I shouldn't have told him what we found out. But I never thought that something like this would happen. I dashed out to my car and drove right to the hospital. Excuse me, can you tell me where I can find Stan Grizzly's room?
Calm down, sir, please. Let me check. Stan Grizzly, you said?
Yes, Stan Grizzly.
I don't see a Stan Grizzly having been checked in.
Are you sure he was just in an auto accident?
It's possible the ambulance carrying him hasn't arrived yet. Until he's actually checked in, you'll just have to wait. Have you tried the other area hospitals?
No, I was told he'd be brought here.
I would call the other hospitals just in case. We'll have the ER call you if he's arrived.
Sorry. You're right. Thank you. Very much. I sat down in the waiting room. I called all the other hospitals in the immediate area. None of them had checked in a Stan Grizzly. This was agonizing. Hello?
Is this Birch Draper?
Yes, it is.
This is Cable, Huntington Hospital calling. You were listed as a person to contact the Stan Grizzly. Do you know him?
Yes. I'm in the lobby of the hospital right now. Can I see him?
We are still treating his wounds. He was in a car accident and the airbag did not deploy. He suffered severe head injuries as a result. If you wish, you can come in, but I warn you that it's not pretty. We can have the receptionist call you as soon as he's in this room.
All right. Thank you. I sat in the waiting room for an hour before I got called that I could see him. I asked for an ICE pass, which would let me stay with him if necessary. I didn't know what would happen if the wrong side of him woke up. He looked awful. Most of his head was bandaged. They told me that he was unconscious and had suffered a skull fracture and a concussion. No, this is my fault. I never should have told you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Over the next several hours, nurses and doctors came in to check on him. Why would he try to commit suicide? No, I couldn't convince myself that he'd done that. He's a stronger bear than that. Something else must have happened. Someone else had to... Grizz. That's it. That had to have been what happened. Grizz must have tried to get into his head again. It just had to be. I looked back at Stan again. I wanted to see him move. I wanted to see his eyes open. Something. Anything. Just so I knew he was alive. But he never moved. Never said a word. He just lay there. I was told by the doctors that the CAT scan revealed some other internal injuries and a hairline fracture in one of his neck vertebrae. They would have to wait until he woke to see if that affected any of his motor skills. The following 24 hours were filled with more nurses coming in and out. It wasn't until around 4 a.m. the next day that my own energy level had dissipated and I fell asleep in the chair beside the bed. I didn't wake up again until my cell phone rang. Hello?
Birch! Why haven't you gotten a new song to me yet?
Look, Les, I'll get to it when I can. Right now I have something I need to take care of that is a bit more important
For the love of... What could be more important than getting the album done?
That's none of your business, Les. Goodbye. I couldn't tell Les where I was or what I was doing right now. I just couldn't. He'd never believe me anyway. Around noon I started trembling. I knew that sensation from some of my marathon music writing sessions. It meant I needed to eat, whether I was hungry or not. As much as I didn't want to, I had to leave Stan's room to take care of that. I figured I'd better get a shower and change too, so I went back to the house. I was about to head upstairs when Star caught me.
Birch, you haven't been home in days. Is anything wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm just helping someone and keeping a promise I made.
Helping who? Maybe I can do something.
Okay. It's Grizz. I mean Stan Grizzly. He's been in an accident. Don't tell anyone else, please.
Grizz? Birch, as much as I appreciate your concern, I don't understand why.
I'll explain later. Just keep it under your hat. Please. I don't want anyone else to worry.
Well, all right. Just call if you need anything.
I'm glad he didn't press further. This was my problem, not his. He has other things to worry about. This went on for days. Doctors and nurses came and went. Each time the doctors checked him, they seemed less optimistic of any improvement. His head injury may have been too severe. I tried to go to sleep, but what rest I got didn't help. With my mind so focused on Stan now, I couldn't stop thinking about everything that happened. It ate me up inside. There was a bear right in front of me that cried out for help, and I let my anger, hatred, and fear blind me. For years I held on to what I thought was true, only to discover I had no idea what was really happening. After watching him struggle with Grizz right in front of me, the worst thing I could have done was leave him. And that's what I did. He needed me, and I let him down. I am not making that mistake again.
Mr. Draper? Mr. Draper!
Oh, sorry. I must have dozed off.
I'm sorry to wake you, but you're the only contact we have for Mr. Grizzly. Do you know if he had a living will?
Not that I know of. Why? What's wrong?
I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but it doesn't look like Mr. Grizzly...
Stan. His name is Stan.
Sorry, it doesn't look like Stan is going to wake from this. He has not responded to any form of treatment or medication despite our best efforts. We think it may be time to let him go.
Let him go? You mean kill him?
I mean letting nature take its course. Removing all artificial life support and letting him pass on his own.
No. No. I won't accept that. I won't. I just can't.
There really isn't anything else we can do. All we are doing at this point is prolonging his death.
Please, not yet.
We had to wait for the medical board to make the final decision, but unless there is a drastic change
Not yet! Stan, wake up!
He can't hear you right now, Mr. Draper.
I don't care! Please, just let me think.
All right, I'm sorry. Truly I am.
So this was it. I couldn't believe that after all this, after I finally got to know the real Stan Grizzly, I was going to have to say goodbye. I didn't want it, but at least this way, it would put an end to his suffering. He'll finally be able to move on, to break free of Grizz for good. I should want what's best for him. I know that, but I couldn't take it. I cried myself back to sleep. I woke up a short time later. Stan was still hooked up, so that meant that the doctors hadn't come yet. I wanted so much to tell him how I felt. So I had to try. Stan, they tell me you probably can't hear me. But, well, I have to make my peace with you anyway. I don't want to give up hope, Stan, but the docs here, they don't think you'll come out of this. They're thinking you're just letting you go, and God forgive me, Stan. I'm starting to agree with them. I still remember when we first met. Remember that? I was fresh out of college and you were holding auditions for a new rock group. You may not have been able to tell, but I was scared out of my gourd. I knew who you were, how many artists you had been the backup for, written songs for. I'd done my research. I wanted to impress you, and I guess I did. Anyway, I guess you could say I was thrilled to be picked for the group. Eventually, my hero worship died down, and I got used to being around you. I think affection began to grow. Yeah, I know we had our arguments, but you were the boss. Something I wish Stoughton Young understood. Maybe that's why you decided I should share your room when we went on tour. And when we started to... well, you know. Yeah, it was wrong, and I was dealing with your other half then, but honestly, I felt so much better around you when we were rehearsing or performing than when we were doing that other stuff. I'm sorry I let you down on Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Stan. Maybe singing in my high range just wore out after a while. I can't blame you for being upset. You were counting on me, and I let you down. And after I left, well, you know how much I hated you. But in my therapy, I began to realize that the reason why I hated you so much was because I wanted to love you. And I couldn't. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Too many wouldn't understand. Well, Star might. He knows what love really is. Too many would assume I meant something else. I thought I had a rough life. My life has been easy street compared to you, Stan. I don't know how you survived. No, I do know how you survived. And that's why you're here now. Stan, I think that, well, that you were right. What you need is someone to be there for you, constantly, who knows your inner secrets and still accepts you. A therapist can only do so much, and I think I can help you forgive yourself. Christ, listen to me. I hated your guts with a white, hot passion. And yet here I am, pouring my heart out to you. Seriously, I couldn't be where I am now, if not for you. I knew music, yeah, but you taught me the music business. You showed me how to get a song promoted, how to organize a tour, how to hold a group together when egos clashed, and boy, did they ever clash. Even there, I've had it easy compared to you. Stan, I don't want to say goodbye. But I'm giving up, Stan. I don't want to, but through all this, you've had the inner strength, the iron will to keep going. And yet here you are, giving up on yourself. If you give up, what hope do I have? Say something, Stan, please. Reach down in that inner strength I know is there and fight. And I'll be right by your side giving you all the support you need if that's what you want. All I need is a sign, Stan. A sign that you hear me. A sign that you're still in there. I don't want to give up. But I don't know what more I can do. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small. I was over my head. I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something. Birch? Stan? Oh my God, your eyes are open. Nurse, somebody get in here quick. Nurse!